She Said, He Said is sponsored by Times Media Company and Lee Enterprises. Our show is recorded each week at Creative Space Place Studios in Hobart, Indiana.
You're listening to She Said, He Said with Karen and Jerry Davidge, a potpourri of everything that has to do with relationships and the baggage that comes with it, because there's a lot to unpack. Online dating could be a horror story or a fairy tale. We talked to one woman who shares her journey of dating in the 21st century. Ella Bell, welcome to She Said, He Said.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, we were invited to a live reading here in Hobart at a coffee house.
He Said, She Said it was called.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. He said, she said. And it was about, I think it was just about relationships, or we were kind of under the assumption that it was about how people first meet their loved ones.
Yeah.
And
it was about everything.
Yeah, it really ran
everything
the
about
gamut,
relationships.
you know. So, and Jerry and I were really the halftime show.
Yeah, we were knuckleheads.
We really were. But one of the people that got up and shared their story was you. And you had this really very comical way of sharing your journey through online dating. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of landmines in online dating. And you, unfortunately, kind of maybe treaded on a few of those.
Every one of them.
And you prefaced it that your mom was in the audience at your table, like 5 feet away from you, just looking at everything you said, which it made everything better for us. Like your mom was there.
Yes.
Talk about this, and your mom is there.
Yes. And I did not plan on my mom being there when I wrote this piece. So it was interesting when she shared that she wanted to come and listen to it. So, yeah.
So what were some of the dating sites you tried?
So I started on Match.com at the encouragement of my best friend.
How long ago was this, roughly?
2.5 years ago.
Okay.
I am not still on Match.com.
Okay.
I did not stay
Hey,
on
no
for very long.
judgment here.
I did not stay on.
You can be on all you want.
Don't
I've
look me
never
up.
been
I'm
on
not on there. But my best friend met her husband on Match.com, and he's great. So she,
of course, it's an endorsement,
it's, right?
Yeah.
So
worked for her.
Yes, but I was adamant. No, I'm not doing online dating. I'm not doing online dating. It's nothing but serial killers and guys who play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not doing online dating.
How long did that hold up? That front? I'm not going to do online dating. Weeks, hours.
Oh, no, I mean, I've been divorced for almost 7 years now, and my friends have always tried to get me to online dates. So years, I was like,
years.
no,
Okay. No, I'm not going to do this.
I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. And then finally one day, I remember we were sitting around her pool, and she's like, just do it. She's like, you'll have messages every night. It's something to look forward to. Put the kids to bed, sit down, look at your messages.
That's
it's
a
fun.
good point. I can see that.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm like, okay. It's been a while. Okay.
It's time.
It's time.
Okay.
It's time. But then I asked her if she would just do it for me. I'm like, will you just make my profile and answer the messages?
Did she?
No, she wouldn't do that. She said, no, I'm not going to do that. So I said, okay. So I went home that night and I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. And I guess it hadn't occurred to me that you have to pay for this. So that was kind of a hard pill to swallow. So I get on this website and then I'm like, oh, I have to pay for this. Okay. So pay the fee, sign up for a month. I think a month is safe.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Month is
Trial sample
yes.
size thing.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
So I pay the fee. It walks you through it. You put your name, your photos, hobbies, whatever, and then you put your profile out there.
Was everything totally legit and honest and accurate?
On my end?
Yeah, on your end.
Very.
Yeah, you didn't like stretch
And
anything.
this was for just like in a 20-mile radius of where you lived,
yeah, I
right?
forgot
It
how that
wasn't
worked.
like all the way out in like Florida. or
No,
something.
interesting.
I never thought of that.
So I put in my information, who I am, and where I live, whatever. And then they take you to a page where you can then put in what you want your match to be. Mm-hmm. And this is from what they look like physically, what they enjoy doing, what's their religion,
really?
what's their political. So
All
I'm
right,
like,
narrow it down.
boom, 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 boom. I'm like,
Yeah.
check this box, this box,
6'2",
this box, this box. Yeah, oh yeah,
svelte,
right,
beautiful smile,
right.
has some money,
must travel, likes to read, like
very
all these
smart,
things, right?
Yeah.
So and then it asks for what radius you want them. So 20 was what I went
What?
with. I thought 20.
How'd you know that?
I mean,
Well, we'll talk about that later.
I see.
I mean, 20 miles because I don't want to. I mean,
You're not going to drive 21.
I'm not.
You're not going to drive 21 miles for a date.
No, I'm
Let's
not.
just say
No,
that.
20 miles.
You've got criteria.
Right. So you then you submit all that, and I'm
Okay.
expecting because I'm like, wow, you can really just tailor who you want to meet.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm
Interesting.
expecting like the JCPenney Christmas catalog of matches to be
Ah.
like, boom.
Right.
So it comes back and says there are 0 matches within
Oh,
20
what a
miles.
bummer.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. So you can increase it, I think, to like 50. You can do it in increments of, small amounts. So I kept doing that, and I kept getting zero matches. Yeah.
You're up to 145 miles.
Yes. So
Well,
then
where's all these guys?
Yes. So then you can go to $4.99 plus. So basically, that just opens it. Like the plus just makes it like
Oh, see, that's where they get you.
anywhere in the country, right?
$4.99. The miles or
Yes,
the cost?
the miles.
What?
The miles. No, the miles.
my
Like
God.
because I'm getting no matches within the area.
What are you asking for?
And I
Ella?
don't know, but my
Who do you
I
want?
know, my oldest son is like he's 12 now, so he was probably 10 at the time, and he's like, maybe you should uncheck some of the boxes.
see. Yeah,
So
right.
I go back and I think
Lower
well,
your standards.
lower my standards, lower the bar. I've done that.
Yeah.
And here we are on online dating. So. So I unchecked some of the boxes. I can't even remember what they were, but not things that really mattered to me. Some things really did matter,
course
not
they did,
physical
yes.
appearance so much as just character traits and things like that.
Absolutely.
So I start getting pinged with some matches that are
Ooh.
closer by. Right?
Is that
So
exciting?
It was exciting.
Yeah, okay.
So then, but here's the catch on Match.com. You don't have to be a match for them to message you. They can message you solely from your profile.
Oh,
So
I didn't know
I
that.
started getting messages. The messages started every night, like my best friend said they would, but they weren't necessarily men that I wanted messages from.
I see.
And that's when the landmines started.
Yeah.
And after about 2 nights, I called her and I said, "What have you gotten me into?"
Oh my God, I'll
Exactly.
bet.
This is insanity. And she said, "Well, what are you getting? What are you?" And I was just getting the most bizarre, inappropriate things. And I just was not, I don't know. And it left a really bad taste in my mouth.
Did you respond?
No, a lot. I wouldn't.
Sorry.
Here's
Didn't mean to offend you.
Here's
I
the
didn't-
thing. Like
No.
the guy who wanted the first message said he wanted to come and rub my feet. Was that weird? And I don't think I answered him. And
that's weird.
It is weird. That's
Yeah,
very
that-
weird. And then he sent either I replied and said yes, it's weird, or I didn't reply at all, and he followed up and said, "Can you just send me pictures of your feet?"
Oh my God.
Still weird. So
He was checking his box.
yeah,
off, so
right.
he was on the
So
list, yeah.
So I got a lot of those. I got a lot of men will use Snapchat
Okay.
filters, little dogs.
Oh.
They'll
Or-
use
What?
these men
To attract
grown
a woman
men.
I guess
with online dating?
I guess
Make themselves a little hound
I'm
or
an animal lover.
puppy?
Maybe I put that in my profile.
Oh my God, she likes dogs.
So
right.
here he is as a dog. And then one was one guy had like devil horns and this red cloud around his face.
Okay, yeah. Big.
One guy had cash in his mouth. Like
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like I got money?
Like I got money in my mouth here. Like,
Wow.
Yeah. So I was getting
What's
those.
wrong with guys?
So I was really discouraged at this
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, I'm going to start reaching out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to find what's interesting to me and I'm going to message them. Because also, I was finding they would get really aggressive if I didn't reply.
Oh.
And I wasn't not replying. I wasn't trying to be rude. I just
Yeah.
thought
They're nuts.
we're kind of adults here. And if I
Yeah.
don't
Right.
reply,
Yeah, obviously
it's
you
not,
get the hint, right?
Right. And some of them would like start like ding, 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 ding. Like,
Seriously.
Yeah.
But
So
you know us guys and our egos.
I guess.
Sure.
Aaron has learned it. Pay attention to me. I'm important. I got money in my
guess.
mouth and I'm a dog.
I know.
You
right?
must listen to me.
Right?
You
This
want to
proves it.
date me. You
wanna
just
date-
don't know it
Yeah,
yet.
right. That's what they're thinking. I'm
So,
guessing.
I went through a lot of that, and then I started reaching out on my own. What I wasn't prepared for, and you're going to be like, Ellie, you're an idiot. Then the part comes where they're like, well, let's meet, and I'm like, oh. We got to.
Oh.
I have to
do we
meet
have? Do we have
you?
to do that? Like, I
Oh.
just found that you're normal, and I'm like, okay, all right, good.
Yeah.
This was
let's,
a win.
Let's
Right.
ride this way for a couple years.
Yeah.
Then maybe I'll meet
so,
you.
yeah. Yeah. But some of them I did meet.
How big of a decision was it when you met one of the first people? On
It
this?
was big for me. It was
It had to be, yeah.
It was big because I hadn't dated in a very long time, so that was big right off the bat. Like I didn't even know like how do you even date anymore? I don't know.
Sure.
I haven't dated in forever. And you're meeting a stranger. It's basically a blind date. It
Yeah.
is. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It is. You
For
don't know
sure.
this person. It might not even be the person on the profile.
Right.
So they all looked like their photos,
That's
but they
interesting.
were not all enjoyable in person.
I see.
And that's a
So-
shame. Well, I liked what you put in your read that you said that their profile pictures were either selfies in a messy bedroom,
Yes.
in a messy bathroom,
Yes.
or holding a fish.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes.
See how memorable that was?
And I found that I thought if you're a man and you're going to put a picture of yourself on a dating profile, like a selfie, they usually are in a mirror, I guess. So they're taking, I don't know if that's technically a selfie. It is, if you're taking it in the
I
mirror.
guess so.
So you can see the reflection of the room that they're
Right.
in, and it'd be like just an unmade bed and closet door open. And like, I don't know, like,
Yeah,
What
I
are they-
look
or do you
for
live
that.
at a frat house?
What are they
'Cause, like,
thinking? This is attractive to women? This
They're
is me
not
in my
think-
natural
that-
elements.
They're not thinking.
I
They're not
guess
thinking.
You know?
or the dirty bathroom, like,
Ugh,
and
like
maybe
the
it's
really
just
gross
like
mirror
yeah,
with all the
some
toothpaste
spots on
it.
the mirror, and it's
Ew.
I don't know,
That's not cool.
See,
or a fish. I don't know,
fish,
like I
that's
get
the funniest thing when you say
everybody
fish.
like that's great. I have sons, we go fishing, but like I just
You
found
didn't
that
post your
odd.
fishing photo
no,
on
I
your
just,
profile?
I found that was
No.
odd to just be
Yeah.
holding this fish.
You should have a can of tuna fish. That's what I would have on my profile page.
Could you imagine the
Charlie
messages
Tuna.
I would get?
Product placement for She Said, He Said.
Okay, so
Be a sponsor.
let's kind of talk about some of the actual dates that you did bravely go
Okay.
on.
Sure. The very first one I went on
Okay.
was a guy that I had reached out to. I'd approached on my own, and we had messaged back and forth. And he was very, he was witty and he was funny. And I thought, okay, and that was one of my boxes. I'm not unchecking that box.
Okay,
Wouldn't
he
have
was
surprised
He
me.
was witty.
He was witty.
Witty.
He was witty.
That's an important trait.
It
It's an
is.
attractive
Oh, it
trait.
is.
Yes,
Yeah,
I want
absolutely.
some banter, some give and take, and we were
Yes.
getting that via text message. And so he had asked me if I wanted to go out, and I said yes, I do. I will go out with you. And then he had asked me if I wanted to meet him. It was in the summertime, and he played on some softball league, some summer softball league. And he said, "Do you want to meet after my softball game this weekend?" And I'm like, "Okay." And he said, "It'll be done at 10:30." And I'm like,
10:30.
PM? And he's like,
PM.
And I'm like, no, I'm not. We're not. We're gonna wrap it up before then. Like,
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh, I'm already gonna be showering
oh,
and in bed at
absolutely,
10:30
absolutely.
by myself.
Reading.
You know.
We're
Right,
over
but-
40. Come
Yeah,
on.
yes, yes. So I said, no, I'm not doing that.
You said no,
I
okay.
said no. And then he said, did I want to meet him at Kohl's, the department store,
That's interesting.
to pick out an outfit for him? He had a
Wow.
wedding coming up. Did I want to help him get? No, but all right. Okay. Okay.
At least it was a safe place.
I'm like grasping
Yeah.
it.
You
it
could
was
bail,
safe.
you could bail
it was
out if
safe.
you wanted
Public,
to.
right.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
But odd, right?
Yeah, safe but odd.
Maybe.
So I meet him at Kohl's, and I had dressed nice. I wasn't dressed up, but I dressed nice. He's just in like a tank top, like coming from the beach type, like, I don't know, Larry the Cable
So he's
Guy
in a
sleep.
tank
He's in a
top?
tank top, which didn't really, but I'm still
That's
like,
too much skin on the first date.
it is.
But
and
wait, is
for
he
that-
attractive? Did he look
yes,
good in a tank
yes.
top?
Does not
Well, then you
matter.
wear a tank
no,
top.
it doesn't matter. That's too much skin
I
on a
see
first
guys
date.
like looking like that. I'd go topless into a grocery store if I looked like that.
We're,
Yeah.
we're shopping for clothes for him. So we
Right.
go in and we go to the men's department,
Okay.
and we're literally looking for an outfit for this man to wear to a wedding.
After you said your pleasantries, like, hi, I'm whoever his name was.
Yes.
And you start shopping together. That's interesting.
He wants me to help him pick out this outfit because
Okay.
he said usually his mom does it.
Ah.
Whoa, red flag, warning, a little ting, something go off.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear this?
Yeah.
Right?
His mom.
His
Okay.
mom helps him. So,
Okay.
so
But we should have asked, how old roughly was this gentleman? 30s, 40s,
he was
50s?
he was younger than me.
Okay.
So I was probably 40 at the time. I don't know,
So he's in his 30s.
30s.
Okay, gotcha.
Young 30s probably, which
Okay.
is probably the first. I don't know, younger. I don't know.
Sure.
So he says, "Mom, usually, but still over 30. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
You can pick out your own
Or it could be a
clothes.
nice endearing thing about mom. I'm close to
I
my
guess
mom.
so,
She helps
sure.
pick out my clothes occasionally because I'm an idiot. That's what I would say.
Okay.
Yes.
It's how you
right,
frame
well,
it.
look
Yes.
at that.
Sorry,
Okay.
carry on.
yes,
Just give this guy every break we can.
Okay.
yes.
Sure.
Oh, and in the meantime, he tells me, I forgot to put this in. He tells me he has a roommate. He rents a house with a roommate. Fine. That's fine. And they're currently fighting over who's going to mow the yard, and neither one of them is going to budge. So the yard is just like up to their knees.
Now, he said this jokingly, like, ha, ha, ha. No.
No. And I'm thinking,
Matter of factly.
I'm not okay. All right.
Okay.
No. Yeah, that's another kind of red flag.
It is. So he lives in a yard that's overgrown, and I'm picking out his clothes. And he so
It's like 2 strikes.
right. So he takes a button down shirt into the dressing room, and it's blue. And I think he's gonna look nice in blue. He's nice looking. I'm like, okay, he's gonna look
Okay.
nice in blue. Well, he's in there a while, and then he opens the door and he's stuck in the shirt. Like he can't.
He's stuck in the
He's
shirt?
stuck in the shirts. But I'm like,
Like in a pillowcase?
it's a
or-
button down because you button it down, like unbuttons. Anyway, so he's stuck in the shirt.
Stuck in the shirt.
Okay, so I'm like, maybe not that one. Probably not that one.
Because
So-
you're stuck
That's
in
too
it.
complicated.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
too complicated.
It's too, yeah,
we need a
call mom.
sweater.
Let's
get
call
it
your
Call
mom.
mom.
So we get through. He doesn't buy an outfit. I'm done at this point, but he wants to go get some ice cream. And we're at Kohl's, and there's an ice cream place like in a little strip mall. Just
Yeah.
okay. So he's like, well, I can drive over there, and I'm thinking this is safe. I'll get in his car. It's literally right there. We probably could have walked, but whatever. So I get in the car. And the passenger side seat, there, my feet are on. There's a lot of Dr. Pepper bottles. He just hasn't cleaned out the car. Lots of Dr. Pepper.
And he invited you in the car. He didn't
Yeah.
clean out.
No, he didn't clean out the car. So I ride with my feet up on the Dr. Pepper.
Really?
Yeah, to the ice. But I'm thinking I like ice cream. I'm going to get some ice cream.
Well,
out of this.
you know what? I'm going to stop you right here, and
You
I
wanna bail?
really admired your spirit. Because you're like, I'm still going to soldier on. This guy is a mama's boy, and he's a stubborn
Maybe she's
little
just being
spoiled.
kind.
Well,
Kind to
yeah,
this
but you
guy.
could have just said,
I gotta
I'm
go.
good. Yeah.
I'm good. No
I
ice
will-
cream for
I
me.
mean, what is this with the bottles?
I
I
know-
mean, you could have really.
I'm thinking this.
Yeah, I
My,
know you
my
are, yeah.
maternal
Very
instinct
kind.
is thinking, if you were my son, I would have said, make sure you're. Well, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, there's a.
we get it.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
So
So
we-
anyway, you're driving with the
To the
bottle,
ice cream shop. Yeah.
car
So
full
we're-
of Dr. Pepper bottles.
Yes. So we drive to the ice cream shop. We get the ice cream. We're in line. It's one of these you have to order. They're making it all for you. They weigh it at the end
Sure,
and they
yeah,
charge
yeah,
you by
absolutely.
the weight.
Fancy.
Right? Yeah. I mean, he's yeah.
Yeah.
High roller here. So we so we get there and he gets out his debit card and he says, I hope there's enough in my account to cover this.
The ice cream purchase.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, surely you're joking.
Right.
Like, but he's just not. He's just
not.
saying these things. And that's when I thought maybe I should have left some toppings off my ice cream.
Oh my
'cause
God.
Now
Should
I
have got
feel
the
badly.
Oreos.
Like, what are we gonna do if it can't cover
Oh
my
my
ice cream sundae?
gosh.
Yeah. So
Did it cover?
it did. I mean,
Oh,
it went
good.
through. I got to eat my ice cream.
So this guy can't make rent, so you can have like Keith sprinkles.
Right.
or gas for the mower.
Hope you slept that night, okay, Ella? With that guilt on your head.
So we eat the ice cream. It's awkward. I want it
Of course
over with.
it is. I'm
It's
like
awkward.
feeling awkward.
It's
I'm right
awkward,
there.
yeah.
It is.
Okay.
But like I was being kind too.
Of course
I mean,
you
he's
were.
not a bad person.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we finish the ice cream. He drives me back to my car and asks me if he can kiss me goodbye. But no, I don't.
Yeah.
I said, nope, we're not going to kiss. Thank you for this. Thank you,
This has been an
Yeah.
experience.
And thinking that we're leaving knowing that we're not going to revisit this experience. We're not
Yeah.
going to probably meet up again.
He
But
he should pick up on the cues.
I think so.
Social cues for
I think
that,
that
yeah.
there was really not a lot of chemistry. We didn't really hit it off. So we go our separate ways. And then that evening, I get a text message from him and he's asking me if I can block a person on Facebook. And I'm like, who and what? What are you talking about? And he gives me this woman's name, who's a stranger to me. I don't know who this woman is. And I said, why would I block this woman? And then he tells me that it's his girlfriend who has found my information in his phone.
My God.
So he's anticipating her reaching out to me on social media.
What did you step into with that?
Well, yeah. So I think I blocked both of them
That
on
was
Yeah,
social
right.
media
Right.
and
Good.
called
you
it a
lucky
day.
You came out of that one unscathed.
So you thought you might get a text that night. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
I appreciate the outfit.
Sorry,
I
I'm
had-
an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll empty my car out next time. But
Right.
it wasn't that kind of text.
No.
It was block this kind of guy text.
No. Wow. Wow.
The shallow side of me reaches out to the next guy who was alarmingly handsome in his photos. And we had some text messaging back and forth. He had told his best dad joke, which was very inappropriate, I thought, to be a dad joke. So I thought, we're going to put you on the back burner because that was an inappropriate thing. But here we are. We've come full circle.
Because he's alarmingly handsome.
He's alarmingly handsome.
I would
and
date him.
I
would go on the
mean,
first date too,
he-
probably. Let's just be honest.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Alarmingly handsome. You still remember him. Okay.
And- yeah, I do. I can picture. I mean,
Yeah, I'll bet.
he's still, yeah.
He's still alarmingly handsome.
Still alarmingly handsome, unless yeah.
Okay.
And I've just had this really bad date, so I'm thinking, all right, I'll go with the okay. So I reach out, I say, okay, yes, I will go out with you. He's like, great. He lives a ways away, but
Like Nebraska?
no,
okay.
Michigan.
Okay,
Not,
okay,
no,
okay.
not Nebraska.
Sure, I'll meet you in Kansas in a day and a half.
Yes, I'll start driving now. So he says, why don't we meet up? We were going to meet. I was going to go more towards him. And he said he wanted to do an outdoorsy date. He wanted to go kayaking.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Okay. Is it, though?
Yeah,
First
Well-
Say,
date?
would you?
It was outdoor nature but you're right.
But it wasn't-
Outdoor in the woods, you could have killed, you could have been
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But I agree because...
Because he was
Alarmingly
alarmingly
handsome.
alarmingly handsome. We got the two words.
Yep.
Yeah.
So okay. This is fun. He's making an effort. He's planning it. He's like, I'll bring this kayak. We'll meet at the state park. Afterwards.
It's one kayak for both you in the same kayak?
No, well, that's what I thought. He actually. Okay.
Sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
I don't know, but I've never kayaked before, so I'm thinking.
You never kayaked and you
I
just
have-
said yes, you're going to kayak with a strange guy out in the woods.
Alarmingly
He is alarmingly handsome.
I'm telling you.
Wait,
He was that good looking.
alarmingly handsome. Those are
Yes.
the key
Yeah.
keywords
He
for online
was.
dating.
He was.
I don't doubt it.
He was.
Okay.
And so he says, just meet me at this park. He's like, but bring a bathing suit. So I'm thinking, well, this is awkward, but all right. Like, are we on The Bachelor? I don't know.
Right.
Destination date, we're scantily, clothed.
Right.
But so we meet at the park. He's nice. He's professional. He's mature. I'm like, okay,
Good.
this is good. This is good. But so then we get into these bathing suits. We change there. There's like buildings, or it's like I don't even know what state park. It's a park.
Mm-hmm.
So now but he has 2 kayaks. So he pulls me. He hooks mine to his. So he's like doing all the work. So I don't know if he's showing off, like I can pull you down this river for an hour on this
I
kayak.
see.
So. But whatever. I'm like, all right, it's a nice day. You can pull me in a kayak. We can make small talk. That's
Sure.
fine.
I could stare at you.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So we're kayaking, and it's a little bit. The conversation's a little dry. I'm like, he's not really witty like I was wanting, but he wants to talk about parenting. He's a single parent. I'm a single parent. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we can.
Commonality.
All right, let's talk about parenting because that matters to me a lot. How do you parent?
Of
Right.
course.
Okay. So he tells me that he parents in a way that once your children are 10 years old, you've done all that you can. You can just step back.
Oh, really?
10 years old.
That's the
They're
marker
ready
for
to
him.
get a job
They're-
and move out on their own.
He says they're either going to be a good person or a bad person. By 10, and basically after
Interesting philosophy to have.
Yeah.
How old are his kids? 9?
his kids were teenaged,
Okay, so they passed that threshold
Yes.
at this point. Okay.
but apparently he had just stepped back
Yeah,
a few years
right.
prior. So I don't know, and and my kids are younger. My kids are little. So I'm thinking, is he judging me because I got a babysitter for my kid? Like, is my 10-year-old, should he just be watching them and
Yeah.
Quiet judgment.
Making them dinner.
making them dinner,
yeah.
living by their wits while I'm
Exactly.
I don't know.
By their
Using the
wits.
stove.
By their wits. I don't know.
You like wits and wittiness. Okay,
Yes,
gotcha.
yes. So we're not meeting in the middle on parenting.
Mhm, that's a big no.
Yeah.
How honest are you on an online date for the first time with somebody? I've never done that. So can you be honest and say, no, I don't know about that, Frank. I don't think I agree with that 10-year-old threshold thing. Or do you just kind of play it along smooth and nice and be polite? What do you do with that?
I think at the time I played it along. If that were to happen today, I'd be like,
Really? You changed?
yeah, it's a waste of my time.
Of course.
It's a waste of my
I
time.
see,
So
okay.
I think I went into it polite and okay, like,
that's
all
what I
right,
meant,
okay. But in my mind, I'm thinking, no,
Yeah,
No,
right.
no,
okay.
no, no,
but I
no.
didn't say it.
So now the more educated, mature Ella would say,
Yes.
you know what?
Yeah, you want to unhook my kayak. I'm just gonna
I'm just
roll
gonna
back
drift
to the car.
back.
I respectfully
Yes.
disagree with
Yes.
your idea. Okay.
So we're and I mean I don't know how long this kayak ride's gonna be, so I don't want to be in an argument with.
That's true, yeah, right.
You're
And he's
kind of at
pulling
his
me.
He is
mercy.
pulling, yeah, okay.
So and then he wants to talk about virginity, and he had lost.
Whoa. You just can't go and.
He did.
Okay.
I mean parenting.
It just came up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Virginity.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
Natural
Wow.
segue.
Yeah.
I've done it. We've all done it. We've all went from kayaks to parenting to virginity. So, okay.
Have we all done it?
Continue.
Okay,
No, we
okay,
have not.
No. So he had lost his virginity at a very young age, and I'm thinking because your mom stopped parenting you.
Oh my God, at 11.
At 10.
10 and a half.
Yeah,
he did,
right.
yeah.
I'm like, okay, interesting. But no judgment here. And then he says and he kind of looks over his shoulder at me he's like, think about that. He's like, I've been having sex for over 30 years. And I'm like, all right, I'm thinking about it now. I'm okay.
Right.
And so we're there. Down the river we go. I can't even remember
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
yes, just
It's
we
like
see
you
the
think to
imagery.
yourself like you're either really good at it or you have an STD.
Right. You know what I mean?
Right,
yes.
right.
Yes. So we go down the river and then we go down the river.
Okay.
And then we get done with the awkward kayak trip. We're dressed and he wants to go get a drink. I don't drink, but I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to sure.
sure,
Let's
right.
go to a
I'm
bar.
cool.
That's fine. I'm like, I'll get a Diet Coke. You can have a beer. We'll have more bizarre conversation, whatever.
Right.
Sure.
So we go and he drinks. He drinks
Oh, man.
a lot. And I'm thinking, he's not nervous. I don't feel like we're nervous at this point. So it's not
Yeah.
killing he's just like drinking a lot, like
There's an
heavily.
issue.
Yeah. And I'm here with my Diet Cokes thinking, okay, like how am I going to get out of this?
It would
And,
help if you drank because
it would
it would have loosened you up a
Yes.
little bit.
I should have.
So you get back with the kayak guy, and then did he okay? Well,
Oh, he's slamming him down.
That's right.
You're
slamming
sipping
him
a Diet
down,
Coke.
You're sipping
Yes.
a Diet Coke, thinking
Yes.
I got to drive this guy home.
Yes. So, so that was just it really. Like that just kind of.
Did the night end with a thuddish, you're saying? I mean, he just kept drinking.
That night we did kiss. I did kiss the alarmingly
Nice.
handsome man. I mean,
Well, why not?
I would have
not?
too. Like
yeah,
I said
would.
before.
Well,
Right.
sure. I mean, because you got nothing to lose.
Yeah, but that was it. And I think we both kind of knew. I think he knew that we went our separate ways.
And then
and that was fine.
You got a text an hour later saying block his girlfriend because you have a pattern going now.
Yes,
Obviously,
yes.
No, that
Black-
wasn't it.
no,
Okay.
No.
So that was it. You crossed him off your list, online dating, and you went on to the next person. Then is that essentially it?
I'm trying to think. I actually ended my month early.
Yeah.
Oh,
Enough
did
of
you
this.
really?
I did. I ended my month early
Refund, please.
because I had so many. The messages I would get. I'm telling you, like, I did. I mean, I guess I can think of one other man I met in person. We went out a few times. He was good. I enjoyed my time with him, but he lived too far, and the distance, and that's a huge factor.
problematic.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if it's meant to be, you make it work. But like little children, and so
That's tough.
Yeah.
That really is tough. Did you try any other dating sites?
I did. So I ended my month early, and but I was also on that Bumble.
Oh, yeah. I've
Which
heard
the
of Bumble.
women have to initiate.
Okay.
They can't reach out to you at all if you haven't
Oh, I didn't know that.
swiped. Oh, but this is funny though. I got swipe left and swipe right mixed up.
Oh,
So
no.
I thought I was swiping.
dated 6 guys.
I was swiping. You swipe right if you want them to reach
Okay.
out, left if you don't. But I was doing the opposite.
Oh, boy.
So and I kept thinking, why are all the ones I don't want to talk to?
This isn't working.
But then, and I think my best friend was like, no.
Yeah.
Right, left,
reverse
right,
that.
left,
yes.
righty.
So once I
Righty,
got
lefty,
yes,
loosey.
Righty,
yes.
left, right.
So once I got that right, so I did Bumble for a little bit, and then I just got out of it entirely for like probably over a year.
Sure.
And then
Out
this,
of the whole online dating
I
scene.
was like, this is not. It felt very
Forced?
forced.
Mm-hmm.
I felt just like I said, like I felt like a catalog. Like it just felt very. It just didn't feel right to me. I didn't,
Right.
and I don't. I have a lot of friends who have had a lot of success with online dating. I did not. It did,
I'm going to put a quick time out here. I have a question for both of you since you're both women. I think guys like to put across, they're like roosters when they meet a female, or like a peacock strutting their feathers. Guys and our macho and our egos. I think this guy's just trying to impress you the
Sure.
whole time with everything he did.
Right.
The parenting decisions, this is how I parent. Chest is out, I parent this way. His virginity, I've been having sex forever, so he pushes that out too. What was the other thing you talked about? Kayaking.
Yeah.
This is something
Oh.
I do well, and I'm a strikingly
I'm an
handsome.
outdoorsman.
So I'm going to impress.
Right.
So he's going to impress you with the kayaks, his looks, the parenting, the virginity, and now drinking as well. Do you guys disagree with that premise? That's what I see.
don't
I
disagree.
don't. I think
No.
he's coming at it like just with a very masculine.
Yes,
like
Yes.
I'm gonna,
Yes.
I'm
overtly
gonna win this
masculine.
woman over.
Yes,
I'm
Yes.
bring her back to my
It's-
cave eventually. That didn't win you over in those
That
moments.
didn't impress you much.
did not impress me
It
at all
because it was
no.
meant to. You know.
Yeah.
That.
I guess in hindsight now, looking back at the time, it
meant
was
to
really
just
turning
woo
me
you or
off.
impress
I
you,
guess
yeah.
so.
Right. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. That was my little segue because I think that's interesting because from a guy's perspective. Once again, I'm the counter viewpoint here, right?
Right.
That's
Right,
the she
right.
said, he said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So she said this guy's crazy, this guy, but the he says like, this guy's just trying to impress
He's
you.
good
with-
looking and he can drink.
Like, well, yeah.
And he can kayak.
And he can kayak.
Right,
yeah. And
right.
he's a good parent, he thinks.
Well,
because
right,
of his
yeah.
premise. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to continue.
No, I think that's good. That's a good way to think of it because I don't always think of it like that because I have been
These are
alone
what-
for very long. Like I've been alone for a long time, and I'm only seeing it from my side.
Well, fun fact.
Yeah.
I did online dating a lifetime ago.
A lifetime ago. And
And, well, I remember one gentleman called me.
I don't like him already.
Well,
I'm very territorial.
he was very honest, ironically, with me. He was married. He was just looking for a good time.
He told you that.
Oh, he did. And I said, no, thanks. But he was honest with me, not his wife.
Oh,
And
that's
that
right. He's
is-
honest with her. Yeah.
And we put this
Wow.
question out to your Facebook followers, your Facebook readers, and there was one woman that said I had 12 married men reach out to me, but the 13th was single, and that was the guy that she wound up having a relationship with. But they're just all these married men, that will reach out and.
Well, I did. Now that you say that, I did share at the reading. I had a couple like man and woman. Couples actually reach out because I guess it's not just for singles online dating, and I did not think about that at all. But I mean, I
Didn't
guess
factor that into your decision making. Right.
so.
Oh, that came out of left field.
How do they frame that?
They are they want to know if you're open to exploration.
Well, that's a nice way to
Yeah,
phrase
open
that.
for
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
classy way to put it.
It is a classy
yeah,
way to
it
put
is.
it.
I wasn't open. But they were never aggressive. The couples were never. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe because of the woman.
Maybe because of the woman. I was going to say that. Maybe because of the woman. They
Keeps
were never
guys in
aggressive.
check a bit,
yeah,
I
and
think,
they yeah, they're looking for fun. That was the couple that their profile picture was them at Halloween, and she was dressed as a pumpkin,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
and he had the shirt on that
Yeah.
said Peter Peter.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I had to say that in front of my mom.
Oh, that's right. You did, didn't you?
Sorry, Mom.
But I thought that was clever.
Yeah.
Distasteful but clever.
Distasteful but
chuckled. I
clever,
thought,
which is what you could probably call a lot of these guys on Match.com.
Yeah.
Distasteful
Yeah.
but clever,
Yeah, I guess
you
so.
know. And so, where do you stand now? You're just kind of like taking a break from
Oh,
online
wait, you tried
dating?
it. How recently ago did you try online dating? You said 8 months ago, roughly. Is that what
Probably
you
last
said?
summer. I think
Yeah,
it was
so-
last summer.
Okay,
It
so-
was last summer. Yes.
So you did the same process. You created a profile, or
did.
did you just change your profile? You had this-
I did a whole new profile.
Whole new
because
profile.
I had like deactivated everything.
Okay,
I
and you-
didn't want to be able to be reached out
and
to
you
at all.
clicked your boxes of kind of what you're hoping for and looking for.
Yes,
Was pretty much the same premise, the same guy, or have you changed? I'm not saying lower your standards,
I
but did you
didn't-
have to change your
I
criteria?
would say I was more open to instead of like so strict like about
Yeah, boom, boom.
yeah, you know,
Right.
because you don't know. I mean, some of those boxes, I guess
Yeah.
it can really limit who you're going to find.
Sure.
So I tried to be more open with that without lowering my standards, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But ironically, I did. This is hypocritical. I did put a fishing picture of myself up.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm holding a fish.
And they loved that.
Oh, I bet. She loves fishing.
So that
Where have
was
you been all my life?
yeah,
Right.
that was yeah.
Well, that was clever.
Yeah.
So your hopes, of course, were to get a date, maybe a relationship,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't strictly just getting a date. You were hoping for a relationship.
I mean, at this
right?
point in my life, yeah, I think
Yeah.
I would like
Okay.
to. I'm not just casual fling. Like I'm past that. Like I would rather have something with substance. But
Absolutely.
I did not go on one.
You didn't go on one of those?
I didn't, you guys.
Because
I
none of
didn't.
them resonated with you enough? Like, why?
I don't know. Don't I sound awful?
No.
Unwooable? I
Have
just
you-
didn't.
Well, there's so many different sites. Have you thought of like
I mean, maybe
Plenty of Fish? That's where my brother, I think, met Jen, his wife, on Plenty of Fish.
I've heard bad things about Plenty of Fish. Is that more of
Really?
a hookup site like Tinder or no? Is it? I don't know.
Oh, I don't.
What's your brother like?
Her
I
look
don't-
says her brother must be a gigolo.
I don't know. Sorry. I'm sure he's lovely.
He's a lovely
I'm sure
guy.
he's lovely.
He's a Christian. He's a reborn
Okay.
Christian. Believer.
Oh, is
so-
that? Wait, is Plenty of Fish the Christian one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, so you heard a lot of Christians on Plenty of Fish?
I've heard some dirty things about Plenty of Fish.
Dirty
Interesting.
Fish?
It's not Plenty of Fish. It's
But
dirty of fish.
Yeah.
Then there's eHarmony, and you hear all kinds of stuff about eHarmony. So
Well, we
I
can
mean,
always
I
hear
don't know.
these stories about anything. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's true. That's true.
But there's also what the Christian sites are there. There's like
Okay,
a
Cupid.
There's farmers. There's a
Farmers.
farmers.
Oh,
only.
We've seen the commercials for that.
Or farm. What I don't want to get that jingle in my head, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Haven't tried that one. No.
Well,
No.
you know it's something.
So why did you not pull the trigger last summer on just one of these guys? I mean, I would have out of curiosity.
I mean, maybe I
guessing.
just maybe I'm not ready to. I don't. My time is valuable with my kids, so if I'm going to take
Absolutely.
time away
See?
from that,
yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
I want it to really be. I want to really be intrigued, and I guess
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't intrigued. But again, I wasn't going at it wholeheartedly. Some people go into it like they're going to invest a lot of time in this,
Right.
And
Right.
I invest a lot of time in other things. So this was kind of just like a hobby.
Yeah.
And I think that's how it really should be.
It is.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
that's the
think-
priority.
yeah.
Your priorities are correct. We would say we would agree with you. Your priorities are just how they should be.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly.
you,
Your
self, kids, your life, your job, whatever it
absolutely.
might
and then
be,
at the and then it really this sounds so trite and awful, but when you least expect it, it really does.
I hope so. I mean,
Kinda happen.
organically, like you said,
Organically.
and it won't feel forced and like
Exactly. Like you're gonna like me. I paid for
Right.
you to like
yeah,
me.
and
you
I'm going
know?
to like you. And
I think there's a thin line between this forced thing and organic because you could have met somebody on one of these sites and could have fallen in love and been married right now, and he could be sitting right here and sharing your story of how you guys met online, like her brother and millions of other people, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
It
Oh,
is
absolutely.
yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Your friend.
So maybe you were fishing. Maybe that was the metaphor you're putting out with your profile photo. I'm fishing for somebody.
Yeah.
Here's a fish. I'm fishing, and you're hoping to come up with something. And every time you brought the reel back, it's like empty
an
again.
old boot,
And you
yeah.
can't. Yes, an old boot. You got a bunch of,
right? Yes.
from
Paper
Kohl's.
tire.
From Kohl's with a Dr Pepper bottle inside the boot.
These empty Dr. Pepper bottles.
That's what I reeled in every time.
Yep.
You know, I know at the end of the day, it's kind of, we have these funny stories. And that's good. You didn't wind up, you know, in a forest somewhere.
Dad chopped
Or
up.
dad chopped
Yes.
up or something like
Yes.
that.
And
So
did you leave disillusioned? Are you bitter in any way? Or
No.
grossly disappointed? Because you don't seem it at all.
No.
You seem just
No,
fine. You seem like
yeah.
just a regular, normal wonderful kind of person that just tried this thing.
thank you.
It didn't work out as much as you wanted, but it's okay and everything's fine. And
Yeah, no harm, no foul.
and even better
Exactly.
that you could talk about it publicly, like you did
Yes.
at the live reading, and you could share it with us here. We think that's a lot of people wouldn't do that. I'm guessing, right?
No, a lot of people wouldn't, but I think that shows a lot of your character, and and you're right. I mean, you could have, my God, you could have with that guy, the Dr. Pepper guy, and his
For instance.
girlfriend. Holy cow!
I know.
You know?
I know.
Anything could happen. So we're just glad that you can. You're just telling us your
Front lines. You
your front
came back
lines,
to
the war
share some of the front
stories.
lines.
Yeah,
Like a MASH unit.
So, but we, if you don't mind, we would kind of like to keep tabs on you.
Oh,
to
sure.
see how it
Follow my
goes. You know,
journey.
if
Yes,
you,
please.
if you sign up for another dating site, you know, in the summer and something happens,
We
you know.
will date vicariously through you.
Oh,
I guess, in a
let's
way.
do it. Yes.
So is that off the table then to online date ever again? Did you cross it off for good?
I'll do it for you guys.
Hey,
I'll do it for
Sweet
you.
answer.
that is a sweet thank you. What is your favorite word?
Alarmingly, no.
That's funny.
Oh, my
That's so
favorite
funny.
word. Mama.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. What is your least favorite word?
It's one of those-
Kayak.
Kayak. I was going to say the same thing. First thing I said was going to be kayak.
What sound or
Kayak, that's so
noise do
funny.
you love?
Sound or noise do I love? Trains. I love trains.
Yeah,
I hear trains
a
at
lot
night
of
where I
people
live.
like
They
that.
chug,
I
don't
love
they? Yeah.
trains. It just sounds, I don't know.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Coyotes. I also hear coyotes where I live.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I-
scary.
Yes.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt? What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Oh, I would really like to work in forensics and crime. Yeah, if I could go back, I got a degree in theater, which I don't regret. But maybe I would have gotten to. I would like to do something in.
Those seems like two very different,
Very
varying
different,
careers.
yes, yes.
Theater versus
Yes.
forensics. Yes, right.
Like,
What would you like to hear them say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
you raised 3 good men.
Oh. And now for a lovely waste of time. I have 5 tips for every woman to have a happy relationship. You want to know what they are?
Yes.
Okay. It's important to find a man that has a job. That's a job. They need a job. They need to make money.
True.
Second, you got to find a man. It's important to find a man to make you laugh. To have fun. Okay? Make
gotta
you
have
smile and have fun and laugh, all right?
Gotta have that.
It's important to find a man you can count on, who won't lie to you, who won't let you down.
Dependable.
Absolutely loyal. You have got to find a man. It's important to find a man that spoils you rotten, treats you like a queen, like a princess, like the ultimate grand supreme. Okay? And finally, most important. Now, ladies, listen. It is most important that these men all don't know each other. Okay? From me to you. That's a gift. All right.
Take that and run with it.
It's important.
And it's the truth.
And it's the truth.
Good luck finding all that in one guy.
Yeah. I do, though, right here.
All right.
Here. You've been listening to She Said, He Said with Karen and Jerry Davich, sponsored by Times Media Company and Lee Enterprises, and recorded at Creative Space in downtown Hobart. Find us at nwi.com and where you find all your podcasts.
If you enjoy our show, we hope you return with your own viewpoints about couples, relationships, and the subtle or not so subtle differences between spouses, mates, partners, and potential partners. We welcome your opinions, your experiences, and especially your love lessons.